Hi, it's Ezrin again. And I thought that maybe it would help if I talked to someone who is infected instead of just trying to figure out the answers myself. So, would you like to introduce yourself? My name is Elizabeth Ann, or as a lot of the doctors call me, Subject 436. I think I prefer to call you Elizabeth if you don't mind. That would make me feel a lot better if I do say so myself. Okay. Well, how did you find out that you were infected? Well, I'm a teacher for kids who are highly intelligent, but they're still very young and they tend to have behavioral issues because they're so smart, but don't quite understand how to deal with their emotions yet. So, I was teaching a class and one of the kids bit me. It wasn't the first time, and I was sure it wouldn't be the last. A couple days later, it started to look infected, so I decided to go get it checked out. I walked in thinking that I would leave with antibiotics, and instead, I got put in a room for observation, and I haven't left since. Is there any other symptoms that you have, other than just the bite, that you have noticed? Mostly, it just feels like there's bugs crawling all over me. I'm really itchy all the time. It feels like when you're a kid and you roll in the grass and then you get all itchy after. That's what it feels like, but all the time. Or like there's bugs under your skin. Sometimes I can actually see them, even though I know that they're not there. What was your life like before you were infected, if you don't mind me asking? It was really good. I had 2 little girls, Lily and Avery, and I had a husband too. We lived in a farmhouse with 2 dogs and 3 cats, and I loved that house. I loved my girls. They're everything to me. Lily's 10, Avery's 2. They get along really well, even though Avery's a little bit on the young side. But my husband, he's the love of my life. We were together for 6 years before we decided to get engaged. Then we were together for 3 years while we were engaged. And then after that, it was 10 years that we were married. Have they come to visit you? They used to a lot, but especially my oldest knows what's happening. And having to talk to my youngest through glass is the hardest thing I've ever done, knowing that I'm never going to hold her hand and I'm never going to see her on her wedding day. And knowing that she might not make it that far with this disease on the run. Yeah. How long ago were you bitten? It's hard to say. I don't really remember. I think it was 3 weeks to maybe a month, maybe a little over that. But I don't really remember. It feels like forever ago. Especially with everything that's happened since then. Yeah, I understand. Is there any questions that you'd like to ask me? Yeah. Have you seen the babies that they bring in here? Yeah. Yeah, I have. Do they take good care of them? Yeah. A matter of fact, I'm one of the nurses that help with the newborns. They get held and sang to, and we change them and feed them and take care of them real well. Can you make me a promise? I can try. I don't like to make promises I can't keep. Well, all I'm asking is that when they do whatever they do to people like me, promise they'll use my parts for something good. Like finding an antidote or something. Something that could figure something out. Tests something. I'll try my best. What did they tell you when you got diagnosed with PD? Not much. They just said get my affairs in order, make sure my family knows that I love them, maybe write a couple letters, plan out a will. They basically told me that I was never going to leave this hospital. And then they transferred me. Now I'm in a lab, and that's for sure not where I thought my life would go. Yeah, me either. Are they any closer to figuring this out? They found a couple things. Nothing concrete, and definitely nothing that is a cure. You're so young. Thank you for talking to me, and for not calling me subject number 436. It's really debasing when people don't even call you by your name. Yeah, I like to think that even if you're infected, that there's still a piece of you that understands something, that hears something that's beautiful. I really hope you're right. Or maybe I should be hoping for the opposite. I think it might be pretty awful to have a little piece of yourself stuck inside something that wants to eat another human being. Yeah, I guess so. Well, you should go. They're gonna come by, do a bunch of tests. I think it's better if they don't know that you're asking people questions. Me too. But thank you for your time. I hope that I can use this for something. Something to find a cure. Maybe you're the first step to finding something. I sure hope so. And it's a good thing to see someone with such optimism in a time like this. I wish you the best. You too. Hi, it's Ezrin again. Today, my hometown was destroyed. I knew it was coming. There was only like 10 of us left in the town. But I was kind of hoping. We're starting to be outnumbered. There's not enough people who are not infected to deal with the infected. They've started giving us military housing, unless we want to tough it out on our own. Technically, we're allowed to leave at any point. The only issue is you leave and you're on your own. You leave and nightfall hits and you don't have a place to go and you're screwed. I've been thinking about leaving. Either way. My brother came in. He was bitten. He was hurt real bad. He had a leg that got torn off. God, these things are strong. On top of that, there's constant sounds of dogs barking and sounds of tanks going and coming back and some awful sound of someone screaming. Some new soldier coming back and being told that either his family's gone or he's not gonna make it. And then there's, of course, the times that are the worst. There's this time right before the sun comes up that only a few people are awake. Me being one of those people. I don't really do the whole sleep thing anymore. I didn't really do it to begin with, but especially now. I get sleep when I can, especially with my job, but there's also the fact that I've seen things that my brain just can't seem to forget. It seems to put everything like that inside of one big terrifying movie and play it as soon as my eyelids close. So I've decided to go out on my own. There are a few towns where everyone left, but the houses are still there. So I think that if I find a house, build it up to a secure place, maybe start a whole new town. People who want to go out by themselves and not have to deal with the military. The military is awful here. I mean, you either have to be a soldier or you have to be a doctor, and there's no in between, and at the same time, you don't get the option of anything anymore. You eat what you get. You sleep when you can. Everyone takes shifts. Even young children get taught how to use weapons. You don't really have a choice in anything. You're given a schedule and you stick to it. So I've decided that I'm going to gather up as many people as I can who want to leave and go out on my own. Whether that's just a few people or whether it's a dozen, which at a time like this, a dozen is a lot more than it used to be. I think the last time that I talked on here, there was at least 4 million people left. It's sped up by a lot. We're down to 2 million. At this point, you only see a few people, unless you're in a military facility, then you see a shit ton, but still. I've decided to go out on my own because that way I can try and figure this out. There's no cure in sight. There hasn't been for a while. I'm not even 18 anymore. This thing started when I was 18. No, I'm almost 20. When this thing started, I had a mom, a dad, 3 younger brothers, and 2 older siblings. Nephews and nieces. No, I just have me. I think I can convince my friend Jonathan to come with me. Maybe he can convince some of his friends to come with us. But we tend to not make promises, as I refuse to make a promise I can't keep. I'm determined to figure this out. There should be another military facility far away, but close enough that I could get there if I tried hard enough. The only issue is we're not quite sure how friendly they are. In a time like this, anyone who just approaches a military center isn't exactly open to coming in or invited with open arms. Usually, you're invited in with armed guards with a gun held to your head. So I'm hoping that they'll be okay over there. Nicer, easier to talk to, and that they're there at all. At this time, there's not even a guarantee that they're still there. There's this time before the sun comes up and everyone else is asleep, where it's almost completely quiet. You can hear odds and ends. You can hear the infected throwing themselves against the fence. You can hear their bones breaking. You can hear every sound they make echoing through what used to be a beautiful town. Them calling out to staff members as their children that have died, or their partners, or family members. Or someone in the facility screaming after finding out some bad news. Or a baby crying, and then all of a sudden, a baby that stops crying. In my honest opinion, the noise is 1,000 times better than the silence. With the noise, you can hear people laughing and talking and being together, being people, being a community. People talking about their day, people telling their daughters how pretty their dresses are, or how much they love their children's drawings, or how they would tell stories about
the time before the infected. People singing songs, kids running around laughing. There's always something going on when everyone else is awake. Something that can keep your mind off of the sound of bodies hitting a fence. It's a big fence. They can't get in unless they learn how to climb, and even then, they'll fall pretty far, and then have to climb a second one. The only thing is, I can't handle one more second of this. Of the noise. Of the silence. Of people telling me what to do, when to do it. Of having to watch people die over and over again. I can't do it anymore, so I've made up my mind. I'm leaving. It's gonna take me a while, of course. I have to get 1,000,000 different kinds of supplies. Medical supplies, food supplies, clothing, everything. I'm trying to convince them to give me a truck. Maybe some manpower to start off with. There's no guarantees. But I heard that there's a group not too far out. It's not well known, and obviously they're not known for saying hello with open arms, but hopefully it's better than whatever this is. I've decided that I'm going to take a couple people. I have a few people that I plan on asking who were planning on leaving anyway. Now they'll have the resources to do so. We have horses, cars. Well, a car. But either way. For now, I'm going to continue with my questioning. I will also interview people along the way. That way, if they've seen anything new or different, I can log it. At this point, I am basically a medical doctor. I can perform any number of surgeries, any number of procedures. I've been doing this for 2.5 years at this point. It's sad, but it's true. I never wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a forensic scientist, actually. I used to read every book that I could find. Now I've read every book in the library. I don't think people write new books anymore. I would love to find a new book to read. Maybe start one of my own, if that's the answer. Anyway, I hope that someone's listening, that this helps someone somewhere. Wish me luck. I make no promises to anyone, but hopefully this is a promise that I can keep, otherwise I'm breaking my own rule. But I promise to last as long as I can. Keep in touch as long as I can. Do everything in my power to fix whatever this is.
Hey, it's Ezrin. Today I have a subject log that I found. This was the very first subject log. It kind of jumps around considering how early it was and how there was only 1 or 2 doctors actually keeping up with this log, but I thought I'd read it to you so that in case anything happens to it, you'll know what I know. I'm warning you, it's a bit gruesome. Subject number 1. Case unknown. Age 36. Subject name James Dominic. Timeline: infected 1 week and 3 days ago. Observations: subject came in with a cough that was not going away. Subject was sent home with allergy medication. Subject returned with purple veins and coughing up blood. Subject was admitted and isolated in a ward to keep watch. Staff has been advised to wear protective gear when handling subject. Subject's condition is unresponsive to all medications. CDC has been informed at this time. Subject's heart has stopped, although subject is still moving and eating normally. As of this morning, subject has started to scream uncontrollably. Subject has started to decompose, but is still moving normally. Eating has completely stopped at this point in time. Subject has started to become extremely aggressive towards staff. Subject has bitten a staff member. So far, no cure has been found. Subject is falling apart extremely quickly. Subject has lost left arm, eyes, left leg, right leg, and many teeth. Subject has broken all lights in the room and hates lights. Subject has lost almost all limbs and it has been decided that he will be put down by the end of the week. Subject's temperature was 107. Subject had purple blood, no heartbeat, and hates lights. Subject may become aggressive over time. Fast-paced illness with loss of appetite and no cure found. Loss of limbs, open wounds, may be contagious. Subject is unstable. May have DNA mutations, may be dangerous. No one knows where this came from. Must keep subject for study to find cure. Subject may be considered undead. We may need more protection against whatever this is. 4 more cases in 1 month. Subject number 15. Subject name Luke Tucker. Subject age 23. Subject is male. Timeline is 1 week. Observations: subject came in with infected scratch. Subject had been given an antibiotic and sent home. Subject was called into work and employer sent him back to the hospital. Subject was put into a room for observation. Subject's blood has turned purple. Subject has loss of appetite. Subject has stopped sleeping. Subject has started to become aggressive towards staff. Subject taken by CDC to be studied but was returned. Subject has started to rip at hair and skin. Subject was given raw chicken to eat. Subject ate all of chicken and ate bones too. Subject lost heartbeat but is still moving around. Subject has started to eat itself. Subject's liver and left leg have been taken for study. Subject has not had any issues with the loss of limb and liver. Subject has been killed for study. Subject seems to have no living tissue anywhere in its body. Subject has no body fat whatsoever. Subject has DNA mutation that seems to have started late in life. Subject has been put in vault for use at a later date. Does age cause this to move faster? What is the cause? Do they need food? Do they not need food? There is a present loss of appetite. 10 more infected. Is the patient cohesive? Still no cure. Why has patient started ripping at hair and skin? Patient has open wounds. Patient has paper skin. Why has the patient started to eat itself? Patient has become aggressive. Patient has no body fat. Patient can eat bones. Patient only has dead tissue. Patient has no heartbeat. Unwanted by CDC. Is this a dead person? Is this not? How does this happen? Why is the blood purple? How does this happen? From a scratch, a bite, germs? What? Why are the patient's teeth falling out? Why is the body failing? Subject number 37. Subject name, Lily Smith. Subject is female. Subject was infected 3 days ago. Subject is 9. Observations. Subject came in because she was bit by a classmate. Wound was clean and subject was sent home. Subject returned because wound looked infected. Subject was admitted to the hospital. Subject had to be sedated to keep from injury. Subject has lost heartbeat and has been diagnosed with PD, also known as purple death. Subject has been put in isolation. Subject has gone insane as of now. No cure has been found still. It seems this condition moves faster or slower depending on the person. Subject has started to decay extremely quickly. Subject has started to scream. Subject has started to itch open her skin. Subject has an open stomach wound. Subject has started to rip open wounds to eat its own skin, bones, and insides. Subject has been given raw meat to keep from further injury. Subject has been deemed unsafe to handle. Subject has been transferred to a cell. Subject has started chewing on the bars of the cell. Subject has broken all teeth. Subject will be put down by the end of the week. Subject seems to be always hungry. Subject's body, in every case, seems to decay. Subject is never full. Subject seems to be itchy, but never satisfied after scratching. Subject seems to prefer raw food to cooked. What is the timeline of this disease? Testing out other foods seems like a good idea. Subject is stronger than normal. No cure. More blood tests needed. Safety gear needed. Staff has been warned that subject will bite. Studying is necessary. The staff has been questioned about keeping the body. Subject has become aggressive. New cell is needed. Subject has no pain receptors. Does age affect how fast this disease spreads? Why has patient started to eat themselves? Has subject gone insane? Gear for small children needed. Subject number 51. Subject Jane Doe. Timeline unknown. Age unknown. Subject is female. Observations. Subject walked into the hospital covered in bites and scratches. Subject was taken into a room to be examined. Subject was restrained for attacking a staff member. Subject has been diagnosed with PD, so she was transferred to a cell. This subject is different than most infected. This subject can echo voices and sounds like others. The subject has started to stay in the dark, but call out to staff as their children or partners for help, or just to attract them closer. Staff has been informed to wear headphones to stay safe, as the sound can be hard to ignore at times. The subject has been studied, but no one knows how this is happening. We can't find a way to get a subject like this to be anything but aggressive. No cure has been found. Heart has stopped. Subject has started to scream uncontrollably for hours on end, so much so that the subject has destroyed its vocal cords. Subject has lost many limbs and has started to eat them. Subject has grabbed a staff member and was put down as an effect. Why do they scream? Ear safety is needed. Better cells are needed. Was this subject homeless? Was the subject attacked? What is its timeline? Stronger restraints are needed. Maybe a new type of disease. They seem to be getting smarter. They seem to like the dark. It seems that they've started to use this echoing as a hunting strategy. Subject number 64. Subject name Leo Fowler. Timeline 1 month. Subject age 62. Subject is male. Observations. Subject was brought in with the flu-like symptoms. Subject was put under examination. Subject was transferred as of this morning, as a blood sample has become purple. Subject has a shared cell. This new arrangement. Subject's heart has stopped. Subject has had aggressive outburst. Subject was found eating cellmate. Staff has been informed to not put infected people in the same room. Subject has started to echo staff members or staff's family calling out for help. Subject has started to use echo as a hunting strategy. Subject has started to scream uncontrollably. Subject has lost several limbs. Subject has been given bones to chew on to keep it busy. Subject has been changed to the floor for study. Subject's bones break very easily. Subject will be kept alive for study. No cure has been found as of yet. This may be new strand. Subject has showed some smarts to earn food. Subject is very strong and can pull a person limb from limb. We know this because we've seen it. It seems that the infected will eat anything. No cure has been found, and it doesn't look like one is coming. They seem to be getting smarter. Their teeth can either be extremely brittle or extremely strong. Limbs seem to be unnecessary. Hunting is all they care about. They're extremely strong. Staff has been informed extremely to not have shared cells. Age does not seem to be a problem with this disease. No pulse has been found. Still cannot find a reason why the blood has turned purple. We have decided to keep these people busy. We will be needing more ear protection. Subject 102. Subject name Laura Diaz. Timeline 2 months. Subject age 23. Subject is female. Observations. Subject was brought in by CDC after attacking her 18-month-old. Subject was echoing baby's cry for hours. Subject has started to echo staff. Subject kept for study. Subject has no pulse. Subject is decomposing extremely fast. Subject is eating itself along with raw meat. Subject is screaming uncontrollably. Subject escaped and was killed on sight. Infected will attack their young. Screaming is still unknown as to why. No one knows why they do not have a pulse, or how or why they have this infection. Subject 103. Subject name Jason Diaz. Timeline 1 hour. Subject is male. Subject age is 18 months. Subject was brought in by CDC as he was attacked by mother. Subject was pulseless within the hour. Subject was put down. We don't know yet if younger means the disease moves faster. The baby had not echoed anything. The baby also did not cry at all. I think that's as far as I'll read today. I don't think that I want to read much more today. Did I mention that the doctors that started writing this are now in this book as people who are infected? Hi, it's me again, Ezran, and I'm going to interview another person. Could you introduce yourself?
I'm Subject 412.
You can use your name if you would like.
Oh, okay, then, well, my name is Ben Lennings.
Hello, Ben. I just have a couple questions.
Okay, sounds good.
Can you tell me how you got echo, if you know?
Yeah, I was scratched at work, and then it turned purple, so I went to the doctor.
Can you tell me about life before echo?
Sure. I had a wife. So, we were together for about 10 years. Then I got echo.
How did they tell you that you had echo?
They just said that I had echo and to get comfortable.
Do you have any other symptoms?
I'm itchy and my body is cold. My body hurts.
Do you have any questions for me?
Are you any closer to a cure?
No, not yet, sorry.
Will you visit every now and then?
Sure.
You were so sweet. I'm so glad they let us talk.
About that. They don't know I'm here, so I kind of have to get going, but thank you.
No problem.
Anyway, I'll do my best to help. I'll do whatever I can. I make no promises that I can't keep, but I will try my best to figure something out.